Thanks for tuning in. Today we have the Vortex Rearsets that'll be going on a 2008 GSXR 1000, replacing the stock rear sets. These provide more adjustability and more of a custom ride, a custom setup for the rider. So this is the brake side that I'll be starting with for the assembly, which is pretty self-explanatory. But I'll do a short install video on assembling the brake side rear sets up, and we'll get ready for the install. These are both rear sets put together, the brake side here and the shifter side. So next steps would be to remove the OEM rear sets, and we'll get these installed and test everything out. Okay, so we're at the bike now, and here we have the somewhat stock rear sets. The piece back here, pretty much this is all stock. I did get, I reordered these rear sets to get them in black. So they're spray painted black or black powder coated. And the levers that I have for the shift lever and the brake lever have the folding toe on both sides. All right, so first up, we'll be changing the shifter side rear set. Again, this is the stock one I had on my bike, and this is the one that we'll be replacing it with. All right, so rear sets are pretty easy to remove. Similar to putting the new rear sets together. It's kind of self-explanatory. We have two bolts here, which is going to take the main piece out. And since we're changing the whole thing, we don't have to worry about taking anything apart except for the shift rod here, which we have a new shift rod to go with the new rear sets. So we're installing the new rear sets. This is the shifter side. So once you have the shift rod screwed as tight as it can go, and you want to make that adjustment for the bolt there to meet right here so that it doesn't adjust while you're riding. Up top, I want to double check here to make sure this is all right too. And remember, the back side goes the opposite way. Tighten, you want to go counterclockwise. Okay. And just like removing the OEM rear sets, you just have these 2 bolts that hold on the new ones too. These are the same bolts that I took out, so I use the OEM bolts with these rear sets here. So the shifter bolts here, or the shifter nuts that go at the end of the shift rod, I only have them tightened by hand right now. The reasoning for that is because I want to make sure these rear sets are where I want them. So once I know that they're in the position that I like, I'll go ahead and tighten these down more to make sure that this doesn't move. Possible different adjustments may require you screw out the shift rod a little bit more to have a little more room. So I'll make sure I tighten those once I get everything in the position that I prefer. So here is the finished install on the shift side. That's the shift rod and the complete rear set, Vortex Racing Rearsets. All right, so on this side, we are now on the brake side. This is the old or the OEM rear set. This is the new rear set. So that's the master cylinder. Put that bolt through to hold it on. And on the rear side, we're going to put the garter pin through. All right, and the bolts should bolt right up here, no problem. These bolts came with the Vortex Rearsets. All right, to save you all some time, I skipped me screwing those bolts back in, but I was able to get them back in with the lock nut on the back. So here is the brake side rear sets. I'm gonna go take the bike for a ride, but I think I will like this better. The back brake feels better. I don't know why. It could just be the shifter or the lever that I had on the last rear sets. So I'll go take this for a ride, make adjustments, and I'll let you know what I think about them. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and thanks for tuning in. See you next time.